Bill Maher met Donald. He met Donald, and they had a conversation.
And now for what I know you've all been waiting for, I'd like to give you my book report on my visit to the White House.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Bill Maher got invited by Kid Rock to go to the White House. Yeah.
Okay. As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away.
Imagine
and
that.
Let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I haven't.
Yeah, they're going to go pay him off or something else. Yeah, exactly. And what a wild sentence. Yeah, well, this is the way politics is now. And, you know, Kid Rock showing up to the White House dressed up like he's going to sell firecrackers. I think that's what somebody said. I forgot who it was. I thought it was pretty funny and accurate. That's the way it is.
I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world.
Big surprise.
I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So, thank you. Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different.
They will never forgive him for this. Making a deal, dealing with the devil. This is not good at all.
Spoiler alert.
He's dead to me. Yep.
First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy.
That's about right.
Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog. His show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Okay, great. The content president. Wow. Amazing.
Which he did with good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. So no, I didn't go MAGA. And to the president's credit, there was no pressure to. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that. Those are good days.
The blowjob room. Okay. Well,
the best part about it is that I don't think that it's beyond Trump to have introduced the room as the blowjob room. I think there's a high probability he could have introduced it as that.
Not anymore. That's where
you've got the Oval Office and you've got the Oral Office.
The merch now. It is. And he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap.
I really didn't like the idea much, and I don't like it much now.
He thought this dinner was a bad idea, and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house.
Yeah.
But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't?
Yeah, sure.
My friend said to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that.
I still can't believe it's so fucking funny. Let me see if I can find it. Bro, that Kid Rock went to the White House. Bro, this isn't AI. This is not AI, boys. Like, this happened. He's dripped out? Yeah, and honestly, it's fucking funny.
But, okay. Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake.
Yeah.
Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank
Good
you
one.
for them. No.
Yeah.
Okay, example. In the Oval Office, he was showing me the portraits of presidents, and he pointed to Reagan and said, in all seriousness, you know, the best thing about him, his hair.
I mean, to be honest, though, right? I mean, he had that shit lined up. Yeah, I mean, you joke around about it, but, like, damn, that shit was level.
I said, well, there was also that whole bringing down communism thing.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for the button next to the Diet Coke button to get pushed and I go through the trap door. But no, he laughed, he got it. I said to him at one point, Mr. President, you know the dog, that's unusual in the White House. He said, well, a lot of the presidents, they had a dog for political reasons. I said, no, people love dogs, that's what that is. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's true.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, maybe they do just like dogs. Maybe. I can hear it now, yes.
I'm telling you what happened. At one point, we were walking through his amazing tour of the whole house. And I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it must have been something with the 2020 election, because I know he used the word
rigged.
Lost. And I distinctly remember saying,
No. There's no way he said that. No, he did not say he lost.
wow, I never thought I'd hear you say that. He didn't get mad. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is.
Oh my God, there it is. I guess... Oh God, this would have been so much funnier if they had all had, like, McDonald's. If they all... Oh my God, it would have been so fucking funny if they all had McDonald's. That's the only thing, man. Like, they're just missing Alex Jones. I guess so.
On the world stage.
It's
I'm
not
just
AI,
taking as a
guys. This is
positive
real.
That this person exists, because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy.
Well, this is one of the things that had happened, is that Trump, like, there was, like, leaked audio of Trump, and it was, like, behind the scenes, and he was talking like a normal person. And everybody was, like, really upset about this. They're like, well, wait a minute. Is this real? Like, why isn't he talking and acting like a retard right now? Yeah, I don't know what it is. But, yeah, Kid Rock, mobster. Yeah, I love how they call Kid Rock Bob, because his name is Bob. Like, it's just... absolutely breaks character, you know? Yeah, world's greatest actor? Yeah, I guess so. Trump's insanely personable? Yeah, of course he is.
Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you're going to have to cut him off. He'll just go on. Not at all. I've had so many conversations with prominent people who are much less connected.
Yeah.
People who don't look you in the eye. People who don't really listen because they just want to get to their next thing. People whose response to things you say just doesn't track, like, what?
That's crazy.
None of that with him. And he mostly steered the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know, your mind is blown, so's mine.
Bill Maher doesn't know it, but Bill Maher might have just dictated two international policies. Yep. What do you think about this? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I guess we could do that. Yeah. Yeah, run it up. Run it up. Which one? I don't know. Maybe the tariff thing. Yeah, what do you think about the tariffs? I don't know. I think they kind of suck. Like, all right, I guess they suck. Yeah, let's just get rid of them. Yeah, that's kind of true.
There were so many moments when I hit him with a joke or contradicted something, and no problem. At dinner,
Yeah?
he was asking me about the nuclear situation in Iran in a very genuine, hey, I think you're a smart guy, I want your opinion sort of way.
Oh
and I
my
said,
God.
well,
Bill, you didn't tell us that we have to. Well, you didn't tell him to bomb Iran, did you? Like, you please, bro. Please, bro, you didn't tell him to do that.
obviously you're privy to things about it, I'm not, but for what it's worth, I thought the Obama deal was worth letting play out because we made Iran destroy 98% of the uranium, and they were 15 years away from a bomb. And then I said to him—
That was not 15 years ago. That's the problem.
But we got rid of that. You got rid of that.
Ooh.
He didn't get mad or call me a left-wing lunatic. He took it in. I told him I thought parts of his plan for Gaza were wacky.
I love how people are like shocked by this, as if it's a big surprise. Yeah, no shit. Duh. Absolutely. Of course this is what happens.
But that I had supported him in the idea that Gaza could be Dubai instead of hell.
Oh.
I told him he was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes.
I think Bill Maher has been very fair. All things considered, I think he has been extremely fair to Trump, for better or for worse. Did he expect the public hanging? Yeah, well, I think that a lot of people have turned him into like this like super, like they've turned him into something that's larger than a person. And I think that that's why a lot of this type of messaging is surprising to people, is because it's like, actually, no, this is just some random guy. The comic book villain?
Israel's
Yeah.
embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far.
That's right.
Biological men shouldn't be playing women's sports.
True.
Europe should pay for their defense.
That's right.
And of course, it makes
I
sense
like this guy.
that Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like
Hey! Yeah, what the fuck? Why do they have to go to Germany?
the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia
Hey!
took none. He said to me,
Hey, you know what? Thank fucking God. I am so glad that more people are well, no, pre-watch. No, it's a fucking fact. Everybody knows this. Everybody fucking knows this. I am so happy about this. I've been waiting on this for a
Right, they took
while.
none. I said, well, you should remind your boyfriend in Saudi Arabia that the next time you see him.
Yeah? There's no way.
He laughed. I never felt I had to walk on.
Just didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump. That's just how it went down. Make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of what
I feel like you could really get down and talk with old Bill Clinton. Obama, you know, maybe he's a little bit like uptight, but I feel like if you had a conversation with Bill Clinton, like you could get down to business real quick.
Democrats are so unpopular these days.
Slick
He was
Willie,
even okay when I checked him on the orangutan.
Trump sues.
Lawsuit.
Oh, God.
He was. He said to Dana White, you know, Bill said my father was an orangutan, and I really love my father. And I said, well, Mr. President, I did that because I didn't like what you were doing regarding Obama's birth origins. I thought that was low. Again, no anger, just a little smile, as if to say, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because it's fucking obvious. Yeah, it's completely fucking up. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess so. Right? Because, yeah, of course.
The most surreal part of the whole night was when I got home. I flew back right after the dinner, and I'm in bed watching 60 Minutes from the night before.
Yeah.
And there's Trump in one of their stories, standing at a podium in a room that looked to me like one of the rooms and places we'd just been in.
Yeah, sure.
And he's ranting, disgusting, you're a terrible person. And I'm like, who's that guy? What happened to Glinda the Good Witch?
He's entertaining.
And why can't we get the guy I met to be the public guy? And I'm not saying it's our responsibility to do that. It's not. I'm just reporting exactly what I saw over 2.5 hours. I went into the mine, and that's what's down there.
That's the thing is I remember again with that leaked audio where Trump was being normal. People were very unsettled by this. They were like, wait a minute. Are you telling me that all this time? Pull it up. I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember what it was. It was so, I actually can't, I cannot find it. It was like fucking 8 years ago or something like that. It's just a character he plays. Yeah, but like, I think Bill's right that it is a little bit unsettling that he's playing a character while being the president. You know, like that gets me a little bit on edge. Uh-oh. Oh, what's going on here?
A crazy person
People voted
doesn't
for it?
live
They
in the
did?
White House. A person who plays a crazy person on TV a lot lives there, which I know
Good
is
one.
fucked up. It's just not as fucked up as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I have no illusions now that I'm back to work at my job that he might start a new list.
Jesus Christ.
Because I don't have a good feeling and will be critical about a lot of what he's doing, the trade war and disappearing people, ruling by decree, threatening.
I love how the term disappearing people has just come out where it's like, no, you're getting deported for breaking the rules of the green card. You're not being disappeared. It's not happening. He's not disappearing people. If he disappeared them, you wouldn't know where they went. But we all know where they are.
Judges gutting the government with glee. But I also think he now understands I have a job to do, or at least he did on this night, because he said to me early on
He knows
that
how
he'd
it
seen
is.
our last episode, which was the Friday before this dinner. And he said, I thought maybe you'd be nice, but you hit me really hard. I did. Because I'm not going to pull my punches that presidents get to propose a third term for themselves. He understood that.
There's more about this, by the way. There's going to be more.
And without animus. That doesn't mean he's not going to try to do it.
Yes.
At one point, I said to him, you're scaring people. Do you really want to be scaring your own citizens so much? And I know now you're all saying, and what did he say to that? Honestly, I don't remember. But it wasn't, okay, I'll stop. So MAGA fans, don't worry. Your boy gave me nothing. Just
Thank God. I was worried he was going to stop the content. I was worried the show was about to be over. Fuck. Fuck, bro. All right, good. We still in business. Great. Can't stop, won't stop? Yeah, I guess so.
Hats. Hats and a very generous amount of time and a willingness to listen and accept me as a possible friend, even though I'm not MAGA, which was the point of the dinner. My favorite part of the whole night was we were standing in the blowjob room. We were. And he said, you know, I've heard from a lot of people who really like that we're having this dinner. Not all, but a lot. And I said, same. A lot of people told me they loved it, but not all. And we agreed.
Well, the reason why it's not all is that the people that don't like it are the mentally ill, tone policing Karens that make everything worse. That's the other, remember the other group that causes all the problems in society? That's them. Yeah.
The people who don't even want us to talk, we don't like you. Don't talk, as opposed to what?
They don't even like themselves.
Writing the same editorial for the millionth time and making 25-hour speeches into the wind? Really? That's what...
Someone, yeah, you gave a Nazi a platform, bro. Like, it's... Bro, I'm not saying this guy, I think he's just memeing around, right? But, like, yeah, you gave a Nazi a platform. Bro, get this, like, any of this complaining about giving a person a platform shit, the moment that I hear that, I just know to myself that I'm talking to a bitch. I'm talking to a bitch that loves to cry. And that's the first thing. Like, I hear that, I'm done. I stop paying attention to it. I stop thinking about it. I'm done. You don't want to have a conversation. You just want to tell people who you can and can't talk to. It's so annoying.
Liberals have. He takes the piss out of everybody else, and we can hold ours. Okay, that's my report. You can hate me for it, but I'm not a liar. Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know, and I can't answer, and it's not my place to answer. I'm just telling you what I saw, and I wasn't high.
Yeah.
Damn, missed opportunity.
Yeah, getting high in the White House, that'd be perfect, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. And anyway, no, I think this is really, this is the way it is with a lot of people. I think this is great, right? I mean, it's a great thing. And the more people that are out there talking about stuff and interacting with each other, this is a huge positive. I'm really happy about this, and it's great. And there's more to it, by the way. It's not even over. They brought in, so somebody said that Steve Bannon is Gavin Newsom's Wario. Bro, what the fuck? I don't know how that happened. Like, how'd that even happen? Oh my God. Hold up, wait a minute. Yes, exactly. Holy fucking shit. And so anyway, yeah, I did think this was funny. But fuck, now I can't see it. Yes, exactly. And so anyway, no, I think that there are a lot of people. I am so glad to see normal people being willing to have conversations with each other, and like not all of these like rules where it's like these are the people that you can and can't interact with. Like, I think that if you play into those freaks, that's all you're going to have as part of your audience. You're just going to have an audience full of weird freaks that want to tell you what to do, man. And so I'm really glad to see it, man. I'm very happy to see it. Karen's got a long way to go. Yeah, you have to stop the Karens. And hopefully that's just what's going to happen. This is how opposition should be covering. Yeah, of course. You've got to have a conversation with it, etc. It's how like Twitter went mental about Pirate talking to you. Yes, I'm one of the other people that they get really mad about if somebody interacts with me. So like I have a lot of like personal sympathy for this. And for me, I've told people before, like I will have and talk about anything. I don't care. And if people are upset about like a video that I'm watching or something that I'm like getting into or getting involved with, and like they're getting mad that I'm talking about this, I think it's funny. I think it's funny, and they're not worth being taken seriously. The Devil May Cry lovers now hate the show because Addy talked to you. I saw that. They were so mad, bro. Like it's just It's so funny how much people like that love to cry. But again, on Twitter, the thing is on Twitter is that most of the people that cry like this on Twitter are just losers. Really, they're losers. So why would you even take anything they're saying or doing seriously at all? Yeah, that's it. So it's like, I really, and somebody saying I'm a loser, that's fine. You don't have to take what I'm saying seriously either. But like, either yourself. But like any of this, here's a good sign. Yeah, exactly. We used to celebrate open dialogue with the opposing side. Yeah, I know. Well, that was a long time ago. But anyway, let's go back. There's even more to this.
All right, he was the White House chief strategist, now hosts the War Room podcast, Steve Bannon. He's global security analyst for Washington Post Intelligence and author of Chaos Under Heaven, Josh Rogan. And he hosts Piers Morgan Uncensored on YouTube, Piers Morgan. All right, here are the questions.
See, this right here, this is the kind of nightmare blunt rotation lineup that you need for television shows. This is the kind of, like, this right here, this is what you need to have. Yeah, this looks like fun, exactly.
From the people, what does the panel think about reports that the Trump administration plans to hold a military parade on the 250th anniversary of the Army's founding, which also happens to be Trump's birthday? Oh, goody, tanks in the streets, huh?
Oh, God.
Is that a good thing, do you think?
I think it's a fantastic thing.
I completely agree. I hope he does it. It's going to be so fucking funny.
Yes. Government efficiency at work, right? That's what we're spending our defense dollars on, is it parading a bunch of
It's a way to inspire.
Yes, of course. We've got to show. If we're not using the tanks, what else are we going to use them for? Fuck, bro. Like, if we can't have a military parade every once in a while, what the hell's the point?
People, as you know, Josh, young men and women to join the military, to see the pageantry like they do in France with Macron, that great July 14th, Bastille Day.
Was there tanks in the street?
There were tanks. Yeah. They do everything.
Yeah, we do it in the UK all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
Tanks in the street.
Yeah, it's always been surprising to me you don't do it.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un loves it. Kim Jong-un.
What a little fucking bitch, bro. What a crying little bitch. And you see, like, this is what was Soy Boy. Yeah, what a rat. Oh, my God. Because, Kim Jong... but wait a minute. But the bad guy does it, so you're bad if you do... What a fuck... Dude. Is this a Karen in disguise? This is a Karen. It might not look like it, but it is.
Russia does it, too?
Yeah. Putin, Xi Jinping. Yeah.
Bill, what do you think?
So, basically, everybody does it.
I don't want America to get used to the sight of tanks in the street.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I don't. Because once you see it,
I think we're going to have to.
it becomes normalized. What's behind the church-going revival in the UK, particularly among Gen Z? Is that true?
I'm not surprised about that at all. It's obviously a cultural backlash from the amount of migrants, probably. And it's probably because these people feel like they've been displaced in their own country. And so by being displaced in their own country, they go back to old tradition. I feel like that's what would make sense to me. That's what I could expect, yeah.
If you saw the state of our country right now, there's a lot to go and pray about.
Yeah.
There'll be nothing more sinister than that.
Back to tradition? Yeah, exactly.
That's it?
I know anything about it.
No, he's not trying to say what it really is. It's the reason because they got a bunch of fucking migrants from random places in the world, don't even speak the language, not part of the culture. They got nothing to do with Britain. They're living there. And then apparently the government won't get rid of them. People are fucking annoyed by it. So you have a lot of young people and like their job prospects, their opportunities in life, they feel has been compromised by all of these migrants that they don't really want in the country either. And so they see it as like a bunch of old people have sold them out for cheap labor from people that hate them. And so, yeah, of course they're going to go back to... This is what I said before about how I think they're going to elect the new Adolf over there, bro. Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, shit over there is getting really bad. And y'all think, by the way, y'all think it's not going to happen. Let's find out. No, nothing to do with the UK. They're trying to embed themselves in the government, change the country legally to be like the Middle East. Well, I'm saying, like, regardless of what it is, it's not what these people grew up with, right? That's really what the difference is. You talking about England? Yeah. Well, not England particularly. I think it's going to be some. I think that basically, I'm just going to be honest. I think that a lot of the like the migration problems in Europe, because people aren't able to have a civilized conversation about it and express a degree of trepidation or a degree of distrust or worry with the migration. I think that this will radicalize people so much that they will end up voting for somebody who is extreme. And I think that it's already happening over time. You base that on propaganda? Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, I mean, whatever it's based on doesn't really matter, right? That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, you stumped me on that
Kids
one.
are getting more religious? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I didn't actually know that was a fact, but I mean, church going generally has been going down.
My daughter's too. Her only religion is Bluey.
Bluey. Oh, that's the dog.
Thank God I don't have kids. What does the panel think of Jeff Bezos' company Blue Origin sending an all-female crew and Katy Perry and Lauren Chen says and Gayle King? I know them all, love them all. Hope they're all safe. I'm sure
F in chat, guys. F's in chat.
they will be to space next week. Is there any scientific merit to this mission? Yes.
No, but you know what? I just think that people that knock any form of exploration. You know, when I was born in '65, the first thing I can really remember as an existent human being was the excitement around the rockets going up, right?
Yeah.
And then it sort of stopped. And you kind of thought, well, are we going backwards? I mean, exploration, space travel, the bold frontiers.
Katy Perry is not exploring space.
No, I know.
Well, she did there was a song she did about it.
I wouldn't go up there, would you? Would you go up there?
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't do it in
would.
a million
Are you
years. So I
kidding?
admire the balls.
No.
We should be cheering them on.
No, I'm sure it'll be safe,
Yeah.
but it's just, I wouldn't go skydiving either.
No, I agree with
I
you.
mean, and there's just
I
no
wouldn't do that.
reason.
Jeff Bezos is my boss, and I support him.
You toady little crawler.
I see.
After all the
Yep.
lectures you gave us
Hey,
earlier.
I wouldn't like to get fired today. I'm not trying to get fired.
That's the trouble, you see. The trouble is, Josh, you get close to them and then
the
it
thing
starts
is-
to take over.
Yeah, guess what, America? Guess what, America? We're all part of the same hypocrisy. All right, including Steve, including myself. We're all
Keep me out of it.
Yeah,
too late.
yeah.
Too late. You're in it. You're in it to win it.
Yeah, no we here.
What a little bitch, bro.
I want to ask you
Yeah.
a question.
What a bitch.
Mike Huckabee, you remember him?
Yes, sir.
He is now the ambassador to Israel.
Sure.
Mike Huckabee, we've had him on the show. If you don't remember, he was the governor of Arkansas. You know, a very religious man.
Yep.
And I'm sure they're sending him to Israel because he's a great friend of Israel. I have a problem with this. You know why people like that are friends with Israel?
Money.
Because when you know who comes back,
Right. The Jews have got to rule Earth under hell, right? That's the.
Or they all
idea.
die.
Or they all die. Either way, it's not really.
Oh, fuck. It's one of those Bible things? Oh, fuck. Come on. Are you kidding me? No, the rapture? Oh, give me a fucking break. What the fuck are we talking about? Wait, you didn't know that? I didn't know Jews were, like, in charge of the rapture. No. I had no idea about that.
A great
well,
deal for
Jesus saves 144,000 Jews.
Right.
That's not a lot of
I don't think I'm going to be.
Wait, that's it? So, like, does the Bible not, like, it doesn't, like, account for, like, inflation? That's it. What?
I don't think I'm going to make the cut, to be honest
I mean,
with you. I'm not
that's
a
why
very observant.
super duper Christians love Israel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying. And now he's
I thought it was because of money.
okay. Low flow showers. Trump is.
I'm with Trump on this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
No one likes a low flow shower.
It's-
That's
so-
an 80-20 issue. That's It's good politics as far as I'm concerned.
It's and daylight savings time.
Now that one
right
I
about-
like. That one I like it to be light in the evenings.
Yes.
I'm not a morning person. For all the morning
Me
people
too.
out there, forget you.
But
Okay.
but getting rid of it, don't we have more light in the winter?
Yeah, we do.
So that's what we want.
I'm
No,
in
if we get
favor
rid
of
of daylight savings time,
No.
it gets dark early.
No. What we do now is when it starts to get dark, we move it the wrong way. And now it's dark at like 4 in the afternoon.
Good.
It's stupid.
Should always
That's what
be
he's,
dark.
I think, trying to get rid of. And the penny.
Yeah. He's right about all these things, I think.
Well, it's just good politics to pick out, look, no
Yeah.
taxes on tips, all these
Yeah, that
little
was a really
things
good one.
that
It's somewhat of a distraction from the ongoing.
Of course.
And raise taxes on the wealthy. He said it last week.
Is that
Told
coming?
It's coming.
But what
He
about the
said it-
tax cut for the wealthy? Isn't that coming too?
No. It's going to be extended. He's not going to extend the tax cuts for the wealthy. He's going to no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime.
So you're saying all the donors are about to get a tax hike?
They're already screaming. But he told the Senate that he's open to extending the tax cuts, not extend them.
Open to. So
No. But he's already, I think, and Scott Bessent, the Secretary of Treasury, I think, is working on this, not to extend it to the upper bracket or make a new bracket at
And
$1
you think
million.
Congress is going to pass that, knowing who they get their money from?
they do
Is that-
whatever he tells them
Exactly.
to do.
If President Trump comes in and says
Where have you
that
been living?
he'll
Okay,
he'll
so
do it.
the Steve Bannon plan is that Republicans are going to abandon the donor class, and then what's going to happen in 2020?
Where else are they going to go? We got total.
Exactly. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's why I see it. Yeah. You got a bunch of money, you can afford to kick in a little bit more. Like, the only reason you don't have a bunch of people coming to your house, setting it on fire and killing you, taking all your shit, is because of the government. You got to chip in a little bit more. That's not crazy. Like, really? Just a bit. Like, come on, man. They're stuck. Yeah, where are they going to go? You got to deal with it. Why can't the middle class get something? Yeah, for real. Not because I can't afford security? Bro. Like, if you need a lot of security for that. All of a sudden, they're against it. Yeah. You're coping that if Trump has cut taxes for the rich? Well, I still, whether Trump does it or not, it doesn't really matter. I want it to happen. I think that rich people should pay more money in taxes. I do. Like, that's really what it comes down to for me. Like, whether you think, like, he gonna do it or not, that doesn't really matter. But, like, yeah. Agreed? Yeah, exactly. Like, that rich people should bring fucking job back? Yeah, exactly. But you're rich? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm saying I should pay more money in taxes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that's clearly, obviously, what that's 100% what I'm saying.
Class, and then what's going to happen in 2020?
Where else are they going to go? We got total leverage over them. Where else are they going to go?
Well, there's another election coming up.
They're going in the midterms and the thing. But where else are they going to go? If you don't restore the economic viability of the working class and the middle class, and you have to do that by sealing the border,
True,
right?
True.
So it's not flooded with illegal alien labor. Number two,
we got to take the people that are hiring the illegal alien labor, and we have to put them. We have to use the judicial process to exercise. We're going to put them in jail. We'll put them in jail for human trafficking. That's right. That's what I want to do. You might think that sounds extreme, and I would agree with you. That's what I want them to do. If you knew you were hiring illegals, human trafficking. Straight to jail. That's right. They deserve it? Yeah.
Tariffs to bring manufacturing jobs back. And the third is that working class and middle class people need a tax cut. They need no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and most importantly, no tax on Social Security. That's another $500 billion a year we have to come with. And that's right, Bob. It's going to be a huge fight. But the Democrats and progressives had control in 2021 in those first 100 days, and they put up a taxing the billionaires, and it didn't even get out of committee. President Trump and the MAGA movement will raise taxes on the wealthy.
All right. Let me ask you
do you believe that when the tariffs cause huge inflation, that the lower middle class are going to reward the Republicans for that when all the prices go up?
You see how he changes the subject? So he doesn't have to acknowledge that anything like this is good? This is what they do. He immediately going on to the next thing. He going on to the next thing. It's about the tariffs or whatever. He's so annoying, bro. He's such a bitch, bro. Like, oh my God, what a pussy. Wow.
Because in 1890, when we had tariffs...
This is a Karen. That's a Karen right here. You looking at a Karen.
The Republicans lost the House and the presidency.
You should know this, Josh, better than anybody, because when we raised the tariffs on China in 18, prices came down. We didn't have any inflation in 19, and we had the highest tariff we ever put on China.
Hey, how about that dire wolf? We brought back the dire wolf. They brought back a species called the dire wolf that was extinct. Using DNA they had in a fossil.
What could go wrong?
I mean, it's just...
What could go right?
I don't know. I mean, I can't...
Yeah, they're going to do the woolly mammoth next, you know. I think they made a movie about this.
Don't knock it until they... In 100 years, they bring back Bill Maher from a fossil.
Yeah.
Think how great that would be.
Oh, that's good.
They made a movie once about, you know, bringing back extinct species and the risk of it. It's called Jurassic Park. Maybe you've all seen it, you know.
Jesus Christ, what a bitch. And so anyway, the reason why it's important is that it's like, yes, a Triceratops would be important, but also it's a cat girl. And so like Elon Musk said that we can make cat girls. And I think that really the dire wolves are the next step to that. The same as they had the woolly mammoth genes spliced into mice. Like I really feel like we're going in that direction. That's what's happening now.
I know, but
so maybe we shouldn't screw with science that much. You know?
But it's not a dinosaur. It's a wolf.
Yeah, but
we know that
it's the first step.
Yeah. And Bobby.
Also, by the way, like, what do you mean Jurassic Park's real, bro? Like, somebody has a T-Rex, you just shoot it with a gun. You know how stupid these fucking things were? They're so stupid, now you're buying them at KFC for $6. If dinosaurs were such a big fucking problem, they wouldn't have turned into chickens. Really? What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna take over the world? They dumb as fuck.
He says it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, bro, like, oh my God, like, they lost to Iraq. Yeah, they lost to Iraq. And so anyway, no, I don't know what the hell people are thinking, man. Like, they're out of their goddamn mind. And well, when you put it that way, yeah, see, I'm not worried about a dinosaur. Why the fuck I'd be worried about a dinosaur? Like, absolutely. What if all the dinosaurs vote Democrat? They do. We saw them in the rallies.